Semen retention and the monastic aura of untouchability is a mystery that very few men in our modern age ever discover. It is not a surface-level practice, but a transformation that touches the deepest roots of who you are. When a man learns to hold his seed, to guard his life force instead of throwing it away in moments of weakness, he begins to unlock a state of being that is rare and sacred. He becomes untouchable, not in the sense that people cannot approach him, but in the sense that his energy cannot be played with or manipulated. His aura becomes heavy with presence, his eyes become steady with clarity, and his body radiates vitality that cannot be faked. If you are serious about living this path, make sure to join the Telegram channel whose link is in the description, because that is where the deeper brotherhood continues and where I share more raw insights that cannot be spoken everywhere. When you step onto the path of retention, you are walking into an ancient tradition. Monks, sages, warriors, and kings all knew that mastery over sexual energy was the foundation of power. It was not about repression, but about transmutation, the art of taking what could easily be wasted and turning it into something divine. The modern man has forgotten this. He is addicted to instant release, enslaved to screens, and weakened by the constant loss of his essence. He looks around and wonders why he feels drained, why his confidence crumbles, why his eyes no longer shine. And the answer is hidden in the habits he refuses to face. A man who retains, on the other hand, begins to shine with a glow that others cannot explain. It is the glow of discipline, of untouched power, of an aura that feels monastic, even though he still walks among ordinary men. This aura of untouchability does something profound to the way people interact with you. Women feel it almost immediately. They may not consciously know why, but they sense that you are different. You are not desperate for their attention. You are not weakened by their beauty. You're not pulled by every curve and every glance. You stand as a man who admires beauty without being enslaved by it, and that is the very thing that makes women respect you and chase you more. For women are drawn to men who have options, but they are mesmerized by men who stand above options. This is the paradox of retention. By not needing women, you attract them more strongly. By refusing to be controlled by desire, you gain the magnetic aura of a man who is in control of himself. Retention also reshapes your relationship with men. Other men may not fully understand it, but they feel your difference. Weak men will feel intimidated because you are not restless like them. You are calm, you are grounded, you are not easily moved, and this makes them uneasy because it reminds them of their own lack of discipline. Strong men, however, will feel respect. They will recognize in you the ancient quality of leadership. Your presence will demand more weight in conversations. Your silence will begin to carry more impact than other men's noise. When you speak, people listen, because your words are backed by energy that is not leaking out of you every night in weakness. You start to embody the archetype of the philosopher king, the warrior monk, the untouchable man who others cannot manipulate, because he is already beyond their reach. But untouchability is not arrogance. It is not about pushing others away. It is about walking in such a way that people sense you cannot be played with. Your soul is not up for sale. Your spirit is not begging for validation. Your masculinity is not diluted by endless indulgence. This makes you rare. In a world where men sell themselves cheaply for a glance of attention, you suddenly become expensive. Your time becomes precious. Your presence becomes valuable. And when you are valuable, people treat you with more respect. Women chase harder, men compete harder, and you stand in the middle of it all, unmoved, grounded, untouchable. Think of the great figures in history. They were not slaves to their urges. They had the same desires as any man, but they knew how to master them. Alexander, Marcus Aurelius, great monks and sages of the East, powerful mystics of the West, all carried themselves with an aura that made others bow without being forced. That aura came from discipline. That aura came from saying no when others said yes. That aura came from valuing their essence more than a moment of pleasure. When you choose retention, you step into that same lineage of mastery. You stop being another face in the crowd. You stop being another man begging for attention. You start to become a presence that demands respect without speaking a word. And there is something else. Retention changes your energy field. Science cannot fully measure it, but people feel it. Your posture changes. Your eyes hold a steadier gaze. Your skin glows. Your voice carries more resonance. Even your silence feels heavier. This is not imagination. This is the reality of conserved energy vibrating through your body. Every drop of seed contains the blueprint of life. To waste it casually is to waste power. To hold it and transmute it is to walk with a different frequency, one that makes ordinary men fade into the background while you rise without trying.
Ow.
But this power is dangerous if misused. If you turn it into arrogance, it will consume you. If you use it to manipulate, it will backfire. The monastic aura of untouchability must be anchored in humility, in discipline, and purpose. Without purpose, retention becomes frustration. With purpose, retention becomes greatness. This is why monks dedicated their lives to higher service. This is why warriors fought for something greater than themselves. Energy must be directed. If you only hold it but do not channel it, it will stagnate. But if you direct it into building your body, mastering your craft, growing your career, creating your vision, your aura becomes unstoppable. You become both grounded and powerful, calm yet commanding, silent yet magnetic. Imagine walking into a room and feeling people's eyes naturally drawn to you. Not because you were trying to show off, but because your energy is undeniable. Imagine speaking and noticing people lean closer, as if your words carry more gravity. Imagine women softening in your presence, not because you are chasing them, but because they feel a masculine core they cannot resist. Imagine enemies thinking twice before confronting you, not because you are loud, but because your calm unnerves them. This is the aura of untouchability. This is the monastic presence in the middle of the modern world. The reason this works is because you are reversing the modern trend. The world tells men to indulge, to release, to weaken. You choose to hold, to strengthen, to rise. The world tells men to chase. You choose to attract. The world tells men to sell themselves cheaply. You choose to carry yourself like a rare gem. This reversal creates contrast. People are drawn to contrast. They cannot explain it, but they feel it. And the truth is, even if they never understand the practice, they will respect the result. They will respect you. And yet the greatest reward of retention is not attention from women or respect from men. It is the way you begin to respect yourself. You begin to look in the mirror and see a man you admire. You begin to feel in your chest the calm pride of discipline. You begin to live with a backbone that cannot be bought or bent. You begin to carry the quiet confidence of knowing that you are not like the rest, that you are walking a path that only a few dare to walk, that you are embodying the monastic aura of untouchability in a world that crumbles in temptation. This is the gift of semen retention. This is why it has been hidden, ridiculed, and forgotten. Because when men remember it, they rise. When men rise, the world changes. You are not meant to live as a beggar of pleasures. You are meant to live as a king of discipline. You are not meant to live as a pawn of lust. You are meant to live as a master of energy. When you step into that truth, you cannot be touched. Not by weak desires, not by petty games. It's not by manipulations. You become untouchable. You become monastic. You become what every man secretly wishes he could be, but most will never have the courage to become. So take this path seriously. Live it daily. Guard your essence. Direct your energy. And watch as your aura transforms you into the man you were meant to be. And if this message speaks to you, then remember to join the Brotherhood in the Telegram channel. The link is in the description, because that is where the journey continues. And at the end of this video, I want to ask for your contribution using the thanks button, because every contribution is important, no matter how small. It keeps this mission alive. It supports the work. It fuels the message. Together, we are building a generation of men who are untouchable. Together, we are restoring the monastic aura in the middle of a fallen world.